Today we are going to see about the second part of our three-part series where we are creating a contact form backend with our no-code solutions. So in this video we are going to add intelligence to our no-code backend. And before, this is what we saw in the first part. So we started with a contact form and then we connected the submit button action of our contact form to send the fill details to our make.com scenario, and inside our make.com scenario we had one webhook which was listening to that one, and this webhook is the one that will get all the details that are sent during our submission process. And using the Google Sheets module of make.com, we added the details to our Google Sheets. So this was the no-code automation that we saw during the first part. Now this is, like I mentioned, a very simple way using which you will be able to set up a contact form and to have the backend without you having to write any code. Now we want to automate this. We are going to automate this. So we are going to see how we'll be able to process the data that we have received from the contact form. Because in real world scenarios, you will have to process the message. If you are manually going to check each and every contact form, and if you have hundreds of contact form submissions a day or even a week, it will be very difficult for you to manage unless you have a very big team. So in this part, we are going to see how we will be able to add some intelligence to the system so that the system can analyze the contact form submission message that it receives and identify the relevance of that particular message. It will identify relevance and it can categorize it into different sections based on the message type so that we will be able to configure. Now to do that, I'm going to show you how we can use a service that is already there in the market. It is a very popular service called Relevance AI. So we'll see how we'll be able to add our Relevance AI service, and then, so this is our Relevance AI service, and using this Relevance AI service and this using Relevance AI account, we'll see how we'll be able to process this data that is there in the Google Sheet and then write it back to the Google Sheet. So the relevance and all the other details that we identify using Relevance AI, we'll be writing it back to the Google Sheet. And this Relevance AI will have agents. So we'll be configuring agents within this Relevance AI to process the data. So whatever data that we send, it will process the data, it will structure it into a particular format, it will be identifying the relevance, it will be checking which category it will come under, and then it will send it back to the Google Sheets. So this is what we are going to see today, how we can enable this.